Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. Let me start off by just saying that we are joined by members of the City Council, the Minority Leader, John Larkin, the Majority Leader, Wilson Torero, Councilman Mike Breen. We have a Commissioner of DPW, Tom Meyer, will be speaking. Certainly, we all know Carl Petrillo from the Yonkers contractor. Today we are here to announce the continuation of the city's efforts in bringing a more sustainable and greener Yonkers to our residents. And as you can see behind me, starting this week, the city is replacing the 12,000 city street lights with new energy efficient LED lights. When completed in 2014, this will save our city over $18 million in energy costs over 10 years, and it will reduce our carbon footprint by 3,000 tons annually. This project is just another case of how Yonkers is trying to lead by example. Energy saving improvements like LED lights are a common sense way to cut costs and protect the environment at the same time. And not only are we keeping our critical infrastructure in a state of good repair, but we are also ensuring a more comfortable, safe, and productive quality of life for our taxpayers, and a brighter one too. The light replacement project will be completed in 3 phases. The first phase, as you can see, we are starting with the 1,200 lights throughout the city that are broken or in need of repair, especially after the storm. The second phase, we will replace all the city's lights on the main thoroughfares, and then the third part will be what we take care of the rest. We'll take care of all the remaining lights throughout the city. To provide us with a little more detail, I'd like to ask our Commissioner of DPW, Tom Meyer, who incidentally did a lot of work, months worth of research and work and negotiating to make this all happen. So I'd like to ask Commissioner Meyer to come up here and say a few words. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to add a common theme over the last 18 months has been the mayor asking us to do projects throughout the city that are going to make our community better while putting savings in our budget. This is one of those projects that do both. You're going to see a significant difference in how Yonkers is lit up with the replacement of the LED street lights and the savings that we're going to see. I want to go just a little bit at advising everyone that this is not costing the taxpayers a single cent. Everything is being provided up front. The savings will pay off the contract work over the next 10 years. So not one dime is coming out of taxpayers' money. In fact, it will be saving taxpayers' money. As the mayor said, we'll be saving in energy over $18 million over a 10-year period. That's $1.8 million a year in savings. So this is an exciting time. I'd also like to point out, by happenstance, because this was done by an RFP, request for proposal, and several companies bid on the opportunity to provide this service, and the best bid and the best bang for the buck came from a new local business. Two businesses, Yonkers Contracting and Verdi Electric, got together and provided a proposal. So not only are we providing a sustainable solution to our street lighting, savings to our budget, but we're also providing jobs and economic boost to the city of Yonkers by using local contractors. So with all of that said, I'll turn it back over to the mayor, and just want to say, Mr. Mayor, we're excited about this project, and hopefully by next July we'll be here celebrating the completion.
Thank you, Commissioner. And this is obviously, I believe it's going to be one of these types of programs that other communities are going to try to emulate. And this partnership that was put in place. It's a private-public partnership that's working with private companies, working with Verdi Electric, working with Yonkers Contracting, and then marrying the two companies for this effort. So I'd like to ask another person who clearly, Brad Tito, who has been our gurus and our person as far as moving and shepherding projects along that will save us money, at the same time provide for a greener and more efficient city. And his mission is to do that all across the city through every single department. So I'd like to ask Brad Tito to say a few words. Brad?
Thank you, Mayor. New York State offers a program to help homeowners lower their energy bills. It's called Green Jobs, Green New York. A team of energy experts comes into your home. They give you a free energy assessment. They do things like change light bulbs, add insulation, anything your home needs to improve its energy efficiency. Typically, they're able to cut your energy use by 20% or more. Now, what's significant about this LED streetlight project is that the amount of energy we're going to save is equivalent to 5,600 households cutting their electric bills by 20%. Think about that, 5,600 home energy retrofits. Now, when you look at the carbon footprint of city government, and we're talking about all of the fuel used to power city government buildings, the vehicle fleet, including all the police cars and fire trucks, all the energy used to supply 11 billion gallons of water to residents. If you look at all of the energy consuming assets of city government, this LED streetlight project, plus the recently announced energy upgrades to 9 city buildings, we're cutting the carbon footprint by 12%. Now, this is large-scale environmental improvement. It's why Yonkers is a national model for its green initiatives, and why Mayor Mike Spano should be acknowledged for this city's environmental turnaround. Because I'm not aware of another community in the entire country that has achieved so much in such a short period of time, but done it in a way that is good for the bottom line, that's good for the pocketbooks of taxpayers. So it's truly a remarkable accomplishment. So congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Let me start by congratulating Brad, because you know what? Without his hard work and efforts, and without him going through and really burrowing through and getting to the nitty-gritty and getting to the details, this wouldn't happen. I also have to tell you that it wouldn't happen without the hard work and the partnership with the Yonkers City Council. We've been working very, very well together on initiatives just like this, working on our budget, working on trying to move our city forward and moving our city in the right direction. So I'd like to ask the minority leader to say a few words, because he's the councilman for this area. So I'm going to ask Councilman John Larkin to say a few words. Councilman Larkin.
Thank you, Mayor. It's exciting to be here today to start off this initiative of changing the streetlights, and especially since we're here in my district. This is an effort that will be a cost-saving measure for not only the city, but for all of us to be able to realize savings with the energy efficiency, also to with the actual street life of these LED lights, which is 3 times what our normal conventional technology that we presently use, as well as the initiative of maintenance on each of these street lights will be reduced. So all of those things bring a cost savings factor, which reduces the tax burden on the homeowners. And I'd like to thank the mayor as well as our city council for supporting this initiative and bringing it forth. And of course our Commissioner Tom Meyer and Brad Tito for their input and be able to bring this project to fruition. Thank you so much.
Also, Dr. Rabati is here with his wife, so thank you, Doctor, and your family. He's one of the residents here. And again, Carl Petrillo, who was somebody that was invested in Yonkers for a long time. Yonkers Contracting is a huge company, and one of the reasons he puts Yonkers on the map in a very, very positive way, and it's somebody that whether it's helping Yonkers or getting advice or working with the Board of Education, I know I can always count on Paul Petrillo. So, Paul, I know you don't want to speak, but thank you for everything you do for Yonkers.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'd like to just open up for questions. Any questions before we end it? Okay, I'm going to ask the majority leader of the Yonkers City Council to speak, to say a few words for the benefit of our Channel 78, so that he can translate in Spanish for the Spanish-speaking residents of Yonkers.
Gracias, alcalde. Para mí es un honor estar aquí hoy con ustedes. Es importante que hoy estamos anunciando la continuación de lo que es el proyecto de áreas verdes de la ciudad de Yonkers. Este proyecto, que vamos a cambiar más de 12,000 luces eléctricas de las calles, y nos va a ayudar a nosotros a salvar alrededor de $18 millones, y nos va a reducir en toneladas, más de 3,000 toneladas en lo que es el medio ambiente. Esto es muy importante, este proyecto, porque es una continuación de lo que el alcalde siempre ha venido promocionando todo este tiempo, de mantener a nuestra ciudad con un aire más saludable y mejor para respirar. Este proyecto está siendo manejado, se va a hacer en 3 facetas. La primera faceta de las 12,000 luces que se van a cambiar va a ser a través de las calles más importantes, que las luces están fallando. El segundo paso va a ser casi en todo lo que es la artillería de las calles transversales de la ciudad. Y el tercero, que va a complementar todo lo que es la ciudad de Yonkers. Queremos hacerlo lo más rápido posible, y queremos que las personas allá afuera tengan un poquito de paciencia, porque va a tomar un poco de tiempo. Así que esperamos que este gran proyecto que estamos realizando, gracias al Consejo y al alcalde, y por supuesto a Bob, que está aquí con nosotros, el partnership que hizo con la ciudad. Y quiero también repetirle que este es un proyecto con la compañía Verde Electric. Eso significa, en español, verde significa, en inglés es green. Verde significa green en inglés, que no entiendo dónde encontraron esa frase, muy importante, verde. Eso significa el medio ambiente. Así que gracias, y que tengan paciencia, que vamos a seguir economizando el dinero para las personas que están pagando los impuestos. Muchas gracias.